Good evening, everyone. And it's just 1 minute to 7. You're about to start. Awesome. Right. Uh, I'm starting the recording on my computer. I started. And good evening, everyone. I'm very excited for today. It's been one of the days I've been waiting for. Bernard, I can hear you. Can you hear me? And guest speaker is already with us. So.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Bernard, how are you doing?
Cool. What's up?
Nice to
Can you
have
hear me?
you. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. So for
Okay.
our participants, I want to know if you guys can hear me. Just give me some thumbs up. Say put something in the chat box for me to say if you can hear me. Something like that, right? I think my light is too powerful. Let me bring it down. Okay. If you can hear me,
No
just
light in
type
Ghana. No light in Ghana.
something. Type something that you can hear me. Okay, Eddie, thank you. Good, 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 good. Who else? Who else can hear me? We're starting right away. And today I promise that I'll give out $200 worth of Bitcoins. So if you're here because of that, it's your lucky day.
I want some. I want some.
No, I'm not giving you. All right.
Ah.
So almost everyone can hear me. Let me pick updates from Twitter and see the way forward.
Hello, Eddie.
All right, so today I have with me the CEO of BitNob. BitNob is a Bitcoin investment platform. I mean, it does more than that. There's more to come. So, but now the way I'll describe it is as Bitcoin is BitNob is a Bitcoin investment platform that you can easily invest cryptocurrency, right? So I have with me the CEO, the man himself, the guy who started it, the Ogboro, the Oga behind it, right? So we'll be talking about Bitcoins, everything about Bitcoins, the son of Satoshi himself, right? So it's going to be an exciting conversation, and his name is Bernard Para. I think I met Bernard. I met you on Facebook, right? Yeah, I think Bernard, your microphone is off.
Yeah, I've been muted. I couldn't unmute myself.
Okay, so I met Bernard on Facebook 2015,
Yeah,
right?
2015.
Yeah. So it's been a long time since we met each other, and he's been a great guy. So today we're talking about everything Bitcoin, how you can get started, and if you have questions, you can start dropping your questions. We'll be talking about them. And for those who stay to the end of this conversation, I'm going to give away $200 worth of Bitcoin. You can go and redeem it on the BitNow platform for you to start testing it. You can withdraw it anytime you want to spend it. Right. So we're starting right away. And I think I'll start from some years back that I used to know you, Bernard. I think 2017, somewhere in April was the last time I met you. I saw you when you were on your way to Nigeria. And since then, I've not seen you in person, but we've been communicating.
2018.
2018, yes, 2018. So tell me how,
2018.
yeah. Tell me, after you left Ghana, what have you been doing all this while?
Okay, thanks. So after I left Ghana, when I got back to Nigeria, so I didn't plan to come back to Nigeria, yeah. I just wanted to come and visit my parents and then kind of just spend a couple of weeks and I'm back to Ghana. Then on my way back to Ghana, I decided to go to Lagos to see someone for some business. And before you know it, one business to another, one business to another, one business to another, and I got stuck in Lagos, Nigeria. So just building software. I was building software for different companies, doing a lot of freelancing with some of my colleagues here, like Edward. And yeah, it's been fun. Worked on a lot of projects. Yeah, and I still had to start. I still have to keep on explaining to people that I'm Nigerian. Or say, are you a Nigerian or a Ghanaian? All right. I had to, I had to spend time with say, look, me too. I be like, Jam boy, why now? I be like, Jam boy. I say, why they talk like Ghana people? And all of that. So yeah, it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. We built a lot of things, and yeah, here we are today. COVID is not allowing me to come back. I don't
Okay.
want them to put anything in my nose.
Okay, so Bernard, let's dive right into it. I think one of the main reasons why people are joining
Yeah,
us today is to know more about Bitcoin. Most people have a lot of thoughts going on in their mind, a lot of questions. I think I got to
yeah,
know Bitcoin way back 2011 when I used to download a lot of files from BitTorrent, and I was seeing some links telling me to download, pay, donate with Bitcoins and things like that. So that was when I got to know of
yeah.
Bitcoin, but I really didn't know much about it until you
Much.
and I started living together at Hatcho in Accra when I think somewhere
Yeah,
2017 when Bitcoin was becoming a big thing. We started buying some and we
yeah.
started exchanging some. So from a layman's point of view, I will ask, what is Bitcoin? How will you explain it for someone who doesn't understand it? You have been building a product on Bitcoin, and we'll talk about the product very soon. But from a layman's point of view, what is Bitcoin?
Yeah, so it's kind of the way I like to describe Bitcoin is just think about this. When you go to buy Wache, right? When you
You know
go
what?
and you actually I didn't. So when you go to buy Wache, right? Um the seller, puts everything for you and gives it to you, and you give her cash, right? You pay her in
Mhm.
cash over there. Now, at that point in time, when you are buying that wache, while buying that wache, it's not a mobile money transfer, right? When you are paying her,
Yeah.
you're giving her cash. So at that point in time, that transaction is just between the two of you, in the sense that no one is coming in between you and her to conclude that transaction and say, so if she tells you the watch is 5 CDs, you take 5 CDs and give it to her directly, instantly, you exchange value over there, right?
Yeah.
Now, that is what we call a peer-to-peer transaction. You, one peer, another peer. So a peer-to-peer transaction just means that we're doing it without having anyone coming in between us at that point in time, right? And another thing about that transaction is, unless someone is watching the two of you intensely at that point in time, it's just two of you that know what happened. So she's the only one who knows that the watch that you bought is worth 5 CDs. And you're the only one who knows that this watch is worth 5 CDs. Two of you. So there's what we call privacy with that
Mm-hmm.
transaction.
Mm-hmm.
So now, when you now go on the internet, right? When you want to do your mobile money transfer, if I send money to you using mobile money, your MTN can choose to hold that money and not let it get to you, right? So for me to send mobile money to you, I have to go through MTN to send it to you. And if MTN says, okay, we believe that this transaction is okay, before they now release the money to you on your own end, right? Now, that is not a peer-to-peer transaction in the sense that you are having to depend on MTN to be an intermediary between the two of you. So it's like you've gone to buy Wache in another place, but that place they accept Momo payments. For her, she say you can pay me with Momo, right? If you pay her
Mhm.
with Momo at that point in time, if the MTN network is down, the transfer might not go through, right? Or it can go through,
Yeah,
but it's not
yeah,
reflecting her
yeah.
account at that point in time. So the two of you are dependent on that, on MTN. Now, all online transactions work the same way. Banks work similarly. If I send money to you, it has to go through a bank. They have to authorize it before you receive it. If you send money to me from the US, before it gets to Accra, it has to go through so many hoops, so many banks. That's why it will take days before it arrives. Now, those are what we call third parties, right? Now, that's how transaction has always been done on the internet until Bitcoin came. So when Bitcoin came, Bitcoin was like, you can do that same transaction where you can replicate that same transaction of Wache, buying Wache in cash on the internet now, which means that you don't have to depend on banks to actually exchange value between the two of you, right? So Bitcoin just came and demystified that whole thing to say, look, you can actually do this thing on the internet and not depend on any bankers to move it. So with Bitcoin, if you are in America or if you're in Accra right now, I can send Bitcoins to you and you are guaranteed that you are going to receive it without any bank telling you that they've seized your Bitcoin or they're suspecting you of anything and they can't do it. So basically, Bitcoin, it's a peer-to-peer kind of cash. That just means that all offline transactions, all cash transactions that we do privately can now be done on the internet without the need for any intermediary.
So thinking about it, comparing Bitcoin to something like
Yeah,
Momo, Momo depends on
yeah,
MTN. It runs through MTN for it to happen, right?
yeah,
But
yeah,
Bitcoin is peer to peer, so there's nothing like that. When it happens that way, and there is no one regulating the way money is
yeah.
spent and transactions are happening, don't you think there is some negative side effects to that?
Yeah, so I mean, we have the ones where people are kind of in the middle, right? Where a few
Mhm.
people control everything, right? But this is the result of it. High fees. So if you're sending money from the US to Ghana right now, you know how much it costs and how many days it's going to take, right? Then in the Bitcoin network itself, doesn't mean that no one is actually processing anything. There is a set of people that we call the miners that process all of those transactions, right? But the network pays them to be honest. So the way the Bitcoin network is designed is saying that, the more honest you are, as long as you are honest to say, okay, this transaction is valid, this is that, they do the job of the banks, right? In there, in between, right? But then they are not you're not dependent on anyone. So there can be 1 million miners, right? And the ones that are honest, as long as they do certain things, they get rewarded for it. So currently, as a miner, if you do certain things, you get 6.25 Bitcoin, right? For being
6.25.
honest. For being
Wow.
honest, right? So the way Bitcoin was designed, it's kind of, there's something like a game theory that kind of says, okay, as you are more honest, it's like a community, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
more you are honest, the more work is given to you, the more level, and so it's kind of a peer-to-peer network. So we've said we don't want to trust banks. We want to trust within ourselves to deal with ourselves more securely.
So I think I'm getting that from a layman's angle.
Yeah,
I always pick Bitcoin and I compare it to mobile money and how the two of them are very different. Mobile money
yeah,
is regulated by the owner, like MTN Mobile Money, they regulate it. But Bitcoin is between you and I. So any time of the day I can
yeah,
send it. But then again, I know that when you pick something like mobile money, you pick MTN Mobile Money. MTN Mobile Money started it. Vodafone Cash started. And in Nigeria, we have other ones there. In Kenya, we have M-Pesa and the rest. There are organizations behind these monetary platforms or however you want to call it. When you
yeah,
pick the CD, we pick the dollar, you pick the naira. We have the central banks who created them. They are behind it. So for Bitcoin, who created it? Where did it start from? And I sometimes I think about it. I've heard of Satoshi, I've read about him and all that. So can you break it down for people joining us right now? Who started Bitcoin and where can we find him right now? Because I'm sure by now he's a billionaire.
He'll be the first trillionaire very soon. Yeah. So kind of we don't. So the Satoshi is really the real name of the person, and as it stands today, we do not know for sure if it's one person who actually built Bitcoin or it's a group of people, right? But whatever the case, it was that one person that was always like that was the face of it, always talking about it. We do not know who that person is in real life up to today. We do not know if he or she is alive and everything. No, we don't know. What we know is that sometime in 2009, he or she released the source code of Bitcoin and says, "Hey, look, man, this is something I've been working on. It's a peer-to-peer cash system." Now, just to give some background, a lot of people have tried. I don't know, you've heard things like Liberty Reserves and
Yeah, yeah,
e-gold and
yeah,
all of those
yeah,
things, right? So back in the days, those were attempts at making digital money that will work on the internet, independent of banks, right? But
yeah,
the issue with them was they knew who built those softwares. So, and the thing with government is they want control of money because money gives them that power, right? So the moment you are trying to mess with money for the government, they will come for you. So Satoshi learned lessons from all of those people and decided that, look, I'm not going to show my face. I'm just going to release this software out there and have people download it. The more people that are downloading it and using it, right, the more difficult it becomes to shut it down. Because are you going to, if I'm using a Bitcoin app right now in Nigeria, you're using it in Ghana, we're doing all of those things. If they want to shut down Bitcoin, then it means that they have to come and look for us individually, all of us, and arrest us, right? Which is like
yeah.
an impossible task at the moment, given how widespread Bitcoin is. So yeah, that was what they did. They built it and then decided that there are no leaders, no one owns it. It's a community project, and yeah, that's how it's been up to today. And he or she disappeared, like just went off radar. Uh, and right now it's just a group of people. If you want to code on Bitcoin, if you want to help the Bitcoin community, no one stops you. You can just wake up, take your PC, go and see how to contribute, and you are in. And you make it work.
So I see it like Bitcoin is for everyone. Bitcoin has come for everyone to make money, sort
It's the
of
people's
have
money.
that
It's the
freedom,
people's
people's
money.
money, to be
Yeah.
free from banks. Because when you're receiving money from banks doing the Swift transfer, sometimes you're charged like $50 and things like that. But with Bitcoin,
Yes.
you are charged way less, sometimes less
Virtual
than
less. Yeah, yeah,
one
yeah,
one
yeah.
dollar or
People
something
have
like
people
that.
have sent people have sent $10 million with like just $10 or $5 in fees. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy, right? People,
I can imagine sending like $10 to US or sending $10 million from US to Ghana. The charges alone you can't handle it. But
in
with
fact,
Bitcoin, you pay like $10 for a like $10 million transaction.
the charges are the least of your problem. If you have $10 million, right, and you have to pay, let's say, $50,000 charge, right? You are
Mhm.
probably very rich. That 50K might not be something big to you, right? The problem is the paperwork that you have to fill, going back and forth to prove legitimacy of that money and all of those things. That's what will even piss you off and all of that. And then when you send that money, it might take like 1 month to arrive, and you might
Yes.
not even be able to send it at once. They will
Yeah,
tell you, say, okay, 50K and all
I mean,
of that.
what you just said, I have a story there. I work online. I serve clients outside the
Yeah.
US, and sometimes when I withdraw money from outside, it takes like close to 7 days for it to reach here. And the
Mm-hmm.
funny thing is, then when the money hits my account, the next day the branch manager will call me, wanting to
Mm-hmm.
find out what I do. What do you do online that you're withdrawing this money? But with Bitcoin, there's nothing like that. Is that what you're telling me, right?
Yeah, with Bitcoin, there's nothing like that. So I'll give you a quick example as well. So we have this a lot of these traders in Nigeria. So right now, it's like in Nigeria right now, with your ATM card, right? You can't buy anything more than $100 monthly online. So what it means
Wow.
is, even if I'm earning $1,000 a month, I cannot use that money to buy PS5 online. Like, I can't use it. It's my money, but I can't use it, right? But if it's with Bitcoin, I can literally do that. I can just send that Bitcoin to someone in the US or anywhere, and they help me pay for my device. Or if the website I'm paying to accept Bitcoin, I use it to pay for it, right? And then we have these guys who sell things from China, who import a lot of goods from China. Now, for those people, they do not, because of the banking restrictions, like you have a $10,000 limit and all of that. Like, guy, I'm importing container of like $500,000. What will I do with $10,000, right? Then buy Bitcoin, move it to China to whoever is, can change it for me over there, and then I'm done. Same day transaction, and I'm done. So it's kind of really crazy.
Wow.
It's
All
kind of
right, so
crazy, the current
let's go
system.
to
Yeah.
more technical things like
All right.
so with this, are you saying that Bitcoin is money that we can really spend? And what is the prospects for Bitcoin? Is it something that will just come today and tomorrow it wouldn't be available? Is it going to die off? How do you see it in the next 50 years?
Okay, so it's two ways, right? So currently, it depends on, so Bitcoin is so many things to so many people, right? It's so many things to so many people. It started as a peer-to-peer cash system, but as time evolved, right, we're seeing that it's actually also filling other gaps than just payments. Okay, so right now, for a lot of people, they're taking Bitcoin as gold. They're saying Bitcoin is like the digital version of gold. So, Kobe, a good example right now is you want to buy, you have a lot of money, right? Don't forget there's something called inflation. So, let's say Ghana inflation, it could possibly around 10% right now per year. So, inflation just means that, okay, how the value of the purchasing power of your money, how it's kind of reducing, right? So, it means that if you had 1,000 CDs today, right? And that 1,000 CDs could buy you, say, a bag of rice, right? Now, in the next 6 months, maybe you need 1,300 CDs to buy that same bag of rice. You understand? So that is inflation. And that is how our money has been losing value, of course. Now, if you check it, before you can buy K maybe 50 pesos or something like that. Right now, you can't even do all of those things. It's simple. It's inflation. It just means that our money is losing value and it keeps on losing value. So if you don't trace those things, you can have 1 million CDs in your bank account today, and in 2 years' time, you come back, that same 1 million CDs, you have 1 million CDs, so you are fine. But that same 1 million CDs will not buy what you should have bought today for you. So that is why people move money into assets like real estate to say, okay, I'm going to park my money in real estate so that I can, so that after a few years, at least I've not lost value. I can make something of this money, right? So now people are using it as gold. So if you look at the US, recently Tesla said they have bought Bitcoin, right? Square has bought Bitcoin.
I think I saw that tweet from Elon Musk. I think Tesla has bought over 1.3 billion worth of Bitcoin.
1.5 billion.
1.5 rather.
Yeah, 1.5 billion.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. So what is happening is my thesis for following the money is follow the big money. That's what I always tell people. Follow the big money. These people with the big monies, what are they doing? Right? Don't listen to what they say. Do what they do. Right? So if Elon Musk, right, this guy is a very smart guy, one of the smartest guys in the world right now, sits down and looks and says, no, I'm going to put $1.5 billion of my company's balance sheet into Bitcoin. Then guy, I'll go find any money where I get to go buy Bitcoin small, at least keep my own share of it. Because what it means is these guys are betting long term with it. These guys are embracing it, right? Square, which is a very big company in the US as well, they also have Bitcoin. And as it stands, 33 companies in the US, public companies, have Bitcoin as part of their balance sheet. So it's like your company right now, you have 100,000 CDs, and instead of keeping all of it in CDs, you don't want it to lose value. Then you say, okay, we're going to put 60,000 CDs of it in Bitcoin over the long run. We don't need these 60,000 CDs now. We'll put it in Bitcoin because we believe Bitcoin is going to appreciate over the long run, right? So right now you have 33 companies having more than 50 billion US dollars worth of their money in Bitcoin, right? Guy, what are you waiting for? like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I think for me that is the good side. I
yeah,
see a lot of these big guys moving on to the
exactly.
blockchain, cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin. I think 2 days ago I read an article on CNN that Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, and Jay-Z that we all know, they are
Yeah,
also thinking of Bitcoin, or they're already into it, as Bitcoin is becoming a mainstream digital currency.
yes.
Now, my question is, if Bitcoin is money, if Bitcoin is our money and we can spend it, no one is controlling it, don't that open Bitcoin up for a lot of security issues? Because in the bank, I know that my money is safe. I can sleep and wake up and go there 24/7 and I'll get my money. Just that I might sit in the bank for so long, join the queue for so long, right? But with Bitcoin, we human beings, we peer to peer, we are controlling it. Isn't that very risky? Because how is the security part attached to it? And if with these days of hackers every day and things like that, I think one day I woke up and I left my computer on,
Hmm.
connected to my internet overnight. I woke
Hmm.
up on all my files were corrupted. They've been transformed into another file format. I checked the file format and it was a malware that has been sent from a website that I visited. So there is that threat of security. And now you're
Yeah.
saying that Bitcoin is out there, everyone can use it. Are we not prone to security hacking and malware and all those funny stuff?
Good, good, good. So there are two ways to look at it, right? The first thing is that your money is actually not safe in the bank, right? So if banks publicized how much hacks they have, right, then it's going to be really crazy. Like, when you hear of these fraud boys, the monies that they move around, where do you think they get the monies from?
The bank now.
Exactly. So we just an illusion of safety with the banks, right? They are not really safe as we think, right? And another question is, you've heard of banks collapsing. After those banks collapsed, how many times did you hear that those people, the customers, got their monies back?
Well, I mean, here in Ghana,
Heard
a
of
few has
any?
happened. Yeah, I think it's not mainstream banking, but some financial institutions had some issues, and people's money are still being locked up.
Mhm.
So, it goes to say that your money is not safe wherever you put it, right?
Exactly, exactly. So the other part of the equation right now is kind of okay. There's the part where now you are more responsible for your money, right? Because it
Yeah.
means that if you lose that money, if you lose what we call access to your Bitcoin wallet or all of those things, then it means you've lost your money, right? But even with that, we have what we call custodial and non-custodial services, right? So there are websites, there are platforms that keep Bitcoin for you. So they do all of the security. They understand Bitcoin security and all of that, and they help you do that where you do not have to worry about all of that, right? And then
Yeah.
the ultimate part of Bitcoin, which gives you total control, is the one where you have full access to your Bitcoin, right? You are the one who controls your Bitcoin on your phone
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all of
yeah.
that. Now, the fear about that, the fear people have is, okay, what if I lose my phone, right? What if I just lose my phone? How will I have access to that Bitcoin again? Because you told me that Bitcoin is sitting on my phone. I'm in total control and all of that. No, so the way it works is this, right? Bitcoin works on something that we call the blockchain, right? And on the blockchain, it's keeping all of the data. So if I have one Bitcoin right now, what happens is when I'm creating my wallet, I'm giving something that we call a backup seed phrase, right? Which is typically 12 words or 24 words. Now, what it means is that backup seed phrase, if I go to any country in the world and I download any Bitcoin wallet, right, that supports importing Bitcoin addresses, I can always restore my Bitcoin wallet with those 12 words. So basically, those 12 words are like they've given you a password reset key in advance. So
Okay.
your Bitcoin never actually sits on the device. What sits on the device is what we call your private key to sign a Bitcoin transaction, which is like your password to your ATM, right? So you have your ATM card. If I steal your ATM card and I don't really have your other information to unlock it, right, I might not be able to use it to get money out of it, right? But then you can always go to the bank to request a new one, and then that one is blocked. So it kind of
Okay.
works the same way that as long as I have those 12 words, right, I can go
Mm-hmm.
anywhere in the world and I still have access to my Bitcoin. But of course, it comes to that part of responsibility. So what we usually advise people is when you start at first, use a trusted service to keep your Bitcoins, right? Then when you start having a lot of Bitcoin, it depends on what is a lot of money to you. If you have like
Exactly.
maybe $10,000, and you feel like, guy, I know if you lose $10,000, if I lose $10,000, I'll go mad, right? Then you get what we call hardware wallets and all of those things. You learn about wallets and then you move them into what we call self-custody. So it means that you are now your vault, you are now your own bank vault, kind of. Yeah.
Well, I
So
mean,
on the
this is a
security
lot.
side, that's what it means. Yeah.
This is a lot. And I'm thinking right now, you've mentioned a lot of things. If I'm starting wallet and all that, for the benefit of people who have joined us, um, what is a wallet, a Bitcoin wallet? How do I start? What is the very first thing that I need to start if I want to start buying Bitcoins? What is the very, very first thing? Something that is general that anyone can do.
Do you mean I should include where you can buy from, or just the things I should someone should just consider before they start?
Yes, the things you should consider or the things you
Before
should
you
do,
start.
not where to buy Bitcoins. What are
Okay,
the
so
very
perfect.
first steps? Yeah.
Yeah, so the first thing you have to do is you have to talk to yourself. What are my financial plans, right? What are my financial goals,
My financial
right?
goal is to make 10 million this year.
Good. Then the next question is, what is my risk appetite? Are you a crazy person? If you lose all of your money today, are you going to go mad? Or are you the type that will be able to fight back and start again?
I hope
Like,
so, Bernard. Yeah.
uh, exactly. So maybe if you have kids and you're married, you probably won't do that, right? But if you are maybe
Yes.
18, 19, 20, 21, right? You can risk it. Like, guy, there's still a lot of life ahead of me, right? Then you look at your risk profile too. How risk averse am I? Then you look at it. Then number three is you have to have a specific plan, right? When you are going in, you have to know, okay, this is what I plan to do. You understand? You don't just go in because everyone is going in, right?
Yeah.
So you have to go in, okay, my
Yeah.
plan is, okay, I'm going to be working, and every month I'll buy maybe $100 worth of Bitcoin or $10 worth of Bitcoin, right? Person should be, okay, I eat using my lunch to buy Bitcoin and all of that kind of thing. So you consider all of those things, and especially consider how much you are willing to lose. Like, especially when you're starting, don't go and borrow money and put it in Bitcoin. Because if Bitcoin crashes, chill.
The
Sure you
internet
get.
is
So
breaking.
that kind of thing. So yeah, can you hear
Yeah, I can
me?
hear you now, but I think somewhere along the line, your line was somewhere it was misbehaving.
Yes, yes. So what I'm saying is one thing to also consider is don't go and borrow money and then put it into Bitcoin with the hope that it's going to rise and then you take and pay back the people,
Yeah.
right? It can just crash and then you can't really do that. So just consider all of those things, your financial plans, your risks, basically your risk appetites, and basically it also factors in how much you are willing to lose. And yeah, how do you plan to go about investing in Bitcoin?
So with all this, are you saying that I know we've justified the fact that Bitcoin is money peer to peer that we can spend, but what I want to know is, should I consider Bitcoin as an investment asset where somebody like me can put like $100,000 into it and wait for it for some time to make to go up? Will you say just yes or no? Will you say Bitcoin should be considered as an investment asset that we can all move some monies that we have into it?
It is an investment asset. I wouldn't say if I think it is an investment asset right now, and it's kind of, we're at a point where it's kind of financially irresponsible to not hold any Bitcoin as long as you can afford to hold, even if it's $1 worth of it, right? You shouldn't have seen it going from zero to $10,000 to $20,000 to $50,000, and it's just flying like that, and you've not gotten any for yourself. So yeah, it's an asset everyone should have in their portfolio at this point in time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a financial investment
Of course.
conversation. We are just
Yes,
sharing ideas and information and knowledge that we have.
yes,
So
yes.
it's not a, don't say that we said that this, so you go and sell your house or sell your land and go
Don't
and
sell
get.
your house, oh. Don't go and
Don't
sell
do
your house, oh,
anything to
please.
Bitcoin
Please.
and say that Sir Kobe said it. No, I didn't say that, right? It didn't come from me, it came from him, right?
Don't sell your house, oh. Don't borrow money, please. Don't borrow money. Don't sell your house. See,
Okay,
just
so
take it easy. Take it easy.
so looking at all this one, I've considered all these things. For me, somebody like me, I can take risk, right? I can go all out, I can go all in, right? I can go heavy. Yeah, I can go
Mhm.
heavy. And I have friends like that can also go heavy. So what I want to know is what is the very first thing to do if I want to put some money into Bitcoin?
The very first thing to do is to withdraw the money from your bank.
Mm-hmm,
Then find a Bitcoin platform, right?
mm-hmm.
Ask around, ask your friends who already do Bitcoin, get one that they recommend that they've been using, and then you basically sign up there for whatever platform it is. They're going to show you how you can basically put money into, the account. So for some of them, they accept maybe Momo, some banks, and all of that. Then you move the money into it, and within 5-10 minutes, you're already buying Bitcoin. It can
So
be that easy.
you mentioned platforms. Can you give me just three platforms that you are comfortable with?
So if I mention Bitnop, will I be punished?
No, you will not be punished. We actually come to Bitnob, right? So if Bitnob is a platform that we here in Ghana can start, then why should we jump onto Bitnob and start putting our monies there, buying Bitcoins and put it there, right?
Okay, so my three favorite platforms right now for Bitcoin are one Bitnop, two Bitnop, three Bitnop as well, right?
I
So
like that. So what is Bitnob?
yeah,
What does
actually for buying, yeah. So
how
so
does
so
it work?
basically what yeah, so what Bitnop does is kind of just think about this. Uh at you yourself, you've asked me sometimes, guy, should we buy right now? Guy, should we wait? Bitcoin is buying, like
I mean, somewhere
like
2017, Bitcoin was like, was it 4,000, 8,000 when we started buying?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I think so. And
But don't
each
forget, I
time,
was already buying from 2013, so
so are you
don't
a
forget.
Bitcoin millionaire?
No, I don't have anyone.
Why are you hiding it?
That woman. Oh,
So okay, so let's how do we get started with Bitnob and how will it benefit us? Because right now, I think my biggest challenge is I've had a lot of people coming to me to ask me, say, Kobe, can I go ahead and buy Bitcoin? I checked and it's $40,000. $40,000 in our currency is like almost 300,000 cedis. How many
mhm.
people can raise 300,000 cedis to buy one Bitcoin? So I always find that to be an issue, right? How do we go about it? With this prices going up and everything, how do we jump onto the Bitcoin ecosystem for us to also start doing some investment on the side, right? How do we go about? And with Bitnob, what value are you giving us? What makes Bitnob different, and how is it going to help us solve that issue of raising $40,000, my God, to buy one Bitcoin?
Yeah, in fact, if you are starting and you get $40,000, don't put all of it into Bitcoin at once, right? It's not even a good idea. So these problems that you just kind of stated is exactly what Bitnop was built to solve, right? So we've been in the space, we've tried all the different techniques, we've traded like we were not sleeping and all of that, and we found out that no, look, number one, people want to be able to just test Bitcoin with like $1, right?
Yeah.
Number two, not everyone wants to trade. Okay. I don't want to go and be looking at charts all day. I have a day job. I want to be able to go to my job and still be able to buy Bitcoin without even worrying about the price, right? I should also enjoy it when it's also going high and all of that. And I shouldn't have to be disturbing anyone to say, guy, make a buy. Bitcoin go fry today. if you no go fly, make a buy or sell and all of those things. So all of those things take your time, they take your peace of mind. You are worried, you're just checking Bitcoin price all day. You can't do anything. So the way we built BitNob was kind of, look, you just come, you use it like a robot and say, okay, what I'm doing with Bitcoin right now is I am investing for a long term, right? I am going to be buying $1 worth of Bitcoin maybe every week, right? So all you need,
$1.
yeah,
So on Bitcoin, I can buy $1 worth of
yeah, you can buy
Bitcoin.
$1. If a dollar is 5 cedis, you can literally buy $1. You can
Wow.
literally buy $1. Like you can
So that
start.
way I don't have to go and look for huge sums of money
No,
before
no,
I
you
can
don't
buy
need
Bitcoin.
you don't need
I,
huge sums of
I
money.
can sort of be buying it gradually.
Yes,
I
yes.
would prefer to buy like Susu $10 a day. $10 in cities. That is like 60 cities or 70 cities.
And you're a big man now. It's
I
too
think
small for you.
like 100 spending like 100 cities a day to buy Bitcoin. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea. It
If
wouldn't
you
be a
had
bad
done
idea.
it, if someone had been doing it for a while, then they would have made a lot of, like, even from last year alone, then you would be like 200% up as we speak, right?
Wow. Wow.
So basically, what building up does, it uses what we call dollar cost averaging technique, right? So dollar cost averaging just means that you are buying a specific amount within a specific period, consistently over time. So you can choose that, okay, what works for me is I want to be buying Bitcoin $1 every week for the next 52 weeks, right? And see where it goes. At the end of the day, typically what happens is you see that you got more Bitcoins for a cheaper price over time, right? So that's what we build BitNob to do, to just buy for you. Like once you fund your wallet on BitNob, just set it to tell it when you want it to be buying for you. Like just go and sleep, go and be doing your own thing. Like the thing will just be buying for you. Like just go, forget about it. It's just be buying for you. The only time you need to remember is when you need to fund your wallet again. So if you put $100 right now, instead of putting all of the $100 into Bitcoin at once, you say, okay, maybe do $5 for me every week until that $100 is exhausted, right? So what happens is, if today Bitcoin is $50,000, tomorrow, so you might get a few Satoshis, you might get a few Bitcoins. Then maybe tomorrow, Bitcoin is $45,000. Now, Bitcoin goes to $40,000. You're still buying more. And then Bitcoin comes back to like $50,000. Now, generally, you're somehow in profit already. You get, but you didn't need to stress to do all of that. So what it means is, as Bitcoin is rising and falling, you are benefiting from both sides. When it rises, you are making more money. When it falls, you are buying Bitcoin for cheaper without having to stress. So it's like you have a robot doing all of that for you on BitNob. And then anytime you have an extra money, you can just fund it and then buy Bitcoin at once as well. And you can do this for many things. So if you have school fees, rent, and all of those things, you can create a plan to say, for this one is my school fees, for this one is my rent, for this one is for my paroles. And if you have Christmas, Easter plans, or let's say Christmas plans, you can say, okay, I'll be saving for $5 in Bitcoin for now, for against my Christmas plans. Maybe if Bitcoin doubles and goes to like $100,000 by Christmas, then Charlie, you hit small. So
That would be a lot of money.
yeah, yeah, sort of.
So with Bitnob, you say that maybe I can set my own plan that every day buy $1 worth of Bitcoin for me every single day. So
Yeah.
when I buy like $1, are there charges from the miners? Because earlier on you mentioned there are miners who will be mining for us and take some charges. Are there charges from miners? Are there charges from
No, no, no. So when you are
Bitcoin?
when you are buying this time, what Bitcoin just charges you is their normal buying Bitcoin transaction fee, which is even actually lower than that. So when you are doing savings plans, currently it's like 0.5%. And on other platforms, it's an average of 2%, right? For this kind of transactions. But
Oh, I see.
on Bitcoin right now, it's like 0.5%. No minus fee, nothing. So you're just going with time. So it's just buying for you. It's not moving wallet to wallet.
So
So
I can buy with mobile money because in Ghana
right
it's a bit,
now,
yes, right now. Let's say I want to
no,
jump onto Bitnob right now. How do I go about it?
Okay, so it's kind of interesting, right? It's kind of interesting in the sense that BitNob doesn't have integrations for things like mobile money. What BitNob has is kind of you use like a gift card, right? So currently there is what we call over vouchers, right? So all you need to do is kind of just get an agent who sells that gift card, like the over vouchers, and then you pay them. They tell you the rate at which they're selling. So if you want to buy $10 worth of it, then you tell them, okay, I want $10 worth. And if they're selling $1 for 5 CDs, then you pay them. Then they send it to you. You give them your phone number or email, and then that agent will send it to you. Once they send it to you, you just come on your BidNob app and you fund your wallet, and then you're kind of good to go. So what it means is any country you are in the world, as long as you can find an agent to buy from, then you can always top up your wallet. And it's also kind of private for you because in Africa right now it's an uncertain environment. That last week, the central bank said Bitcoin apps, right? They shouldn't service Bitcoin products. Like if that is what you have, if your Bitcoin product in Ghana is also integrated to mobile money and all of those things, and tomorrow Bank of Ghana says they should cut you off. How are you going to buy Bitcoin, right? But if you're buying using these gift cards, right, it's just you and the vendor that are transacting, and it's a gift card you are buying. You're not buying Bitcoin directly. So someone cannot come and start telling you that you are buying Bitcoin and all of that. So it kind of allows you to do it. And you know, you can buy a gift card if you're in Kenya, South Africa, you can just use it on the app. So we're not having any payments connections to banks or mobile money at the moment. We also have people to be able to transact privately.
Wow. So I think I had my first encounter with BitNob today when I received $20 voucher and I loaded it onto the platform. Then instantly I had like $19 50 something cent, which was great. So for those of you who are on this call right now, if you're interested in getting Bitcoins on BitNob, you will have to get a voucher. So what I'll do is I'm trying to build relationship with BitNob for the over vouchers. I'm trying to build relationship with them so that I can get vouchers for those in Ghana. And if you want it, you just come to me and you buy the vouchers. I'm asking someone to send me the link to which where you guys can request for the voucher so that you can also upload it onto Bitnow platform. I think Bitcoin is a great thing right now as it is, and I will entreat that we all start getting on board because we don't know how the world is going to be. I have seen a lot of changes happening, and I'm not that old, but I have seen a lot of changes happening in our world right now. When I was growing up, it was more of money, 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 sika, physical cash, coins, and things like that. But over time, it keeps changing. Then I got to know of bank wires and things like that, bank transfers and digital currency, ATM cards. I see the future is more of digital currency, cryptocurrency, and that is where we are all moving into. When you look at the new technology, digital technologies coming, or digital technologies emerging, we have blockchain, which the cryptocurrency or Bitcoin sits on as one of the major digital technologies. So even if you don't have that huge sums of money to start investing in Bitcoin, it's advisable that if you can buy 5 CD, 10 CD a day or a week, you start putting something there. I think I'll prefer to have this than to have a piece of land because this will keep going up, right? And I mean, if Bitcoin becomes like 500,000, Charlie, hold on, give me the deal. Bitcoin becomes like 500,000 per Bitcoin. I mean, that'll be a lot of money. And there've been predictions like that Bitcoin is going to be huge and all that. So if you have questions, please bring your questions on board now. I'll answer them. I'll get Bernard to answer them. So one of the questions I always think about, I think I was discussing Bitcoin with my dad, and he asked me is, since people can easily buy Bitcoins, what if someone finds money, people who have money like Bill Gates and those guys, what if they have money, find money, and they go and buy Bitcoin, every Bitcoin out of the market? Is that possible?
Nah, that's not possible right now. That's not possible right now. So there's a competition where people who have bought Bitcoin already, they're not willing to sell because guys, like you've discovered gold, right? And you know that this thing is the future. You understand that this thing is going to be in demand. in like even the next 50 years, why will you sell it now when it can be much more valuable later? You understand? So they can't. The markets won't allow them. They don't have a single market. So the danger was if they can go to a single market and buy all of the Bitcoin, right? But if Bill Gates wants to buy all of the Bitcoin in the world right now, for example, he needs around $600 billion to buy all of it, right? He needs to travel around, come to you and I, and beg us to sell his bitcoins to him. So Bitcoin has become so big that it's going to be difficult for an individual to gather all of it. And because a lot of people have kept it, they've hidden it, it's not going to kind of, I'm not sure people who want to sell their bitcoins and all of that. It's like you've gotten a property at the beach, in front of the beach. You have this land in front of the beach, and you know that beach properties are going to always sell, right? In the long run. Will you sell your beach property right now if you're not in any distress or anything? No, no matter how much someone
Yeah,
offers you, you're not
yeah,
going to sell it. So
exactly.
it's kind of the same thing. Yeah.
So I think there are more questions coming in.
Okay.
Somebody's asking, is BitNob an app or an online platform?
It's an app currently. It's an app. So it doesn't
A
have a
mobile
web.
app, right?
It's a mobile app. Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay, I have some questions coming in
Mobile app
on
and wallet. You
YouTube.
can use it as your Bitcoin wallet as well. Just
So if
stuff.
I buy Bitcoin with vouchers right now, as I'm in Ghana, and I want to withdraw, how do I withdraw it?
Yeah, so currently the withdrawal method for Bitcoin for on BitNob is kind of like Bitcoin as well. So what you kind of need to do is, you have to be in like communities so that when you have this Bitcoin that you want to sell, then you just get someone and you sell it to them. But we're going to have a P2P, what we call a peer-to-peer model in the app later that allows you to say, okay, I want to sell this amount of Bitcoin for CDs, right? Then someone who has CDs on the platform who wants to buy your Bitcoin will merge you to him, and then the transaction is done, and then you get your money same day. But for BitNob, we're kind of just allowing people to just do that long-term savings, and then when you're moving it out, you can just move it out in Bitcoins and then sell it
I
wherever.
think I think what I can do for people in Ghana for BitNob is to build a community of people who want to invest in Bitcoin, right? And I'm gonna be that person. If you want to invest, then I will sort of help you withdraw and everything. I'll be the gateway for you to withdraw, sort of like an agent to help people also start investing in Bitcoin. And this is not going to end here. This is not going to end here. Like this kind of conversations, we are going to have more to train people on Bitcoins. I'm talking to one of the guys in Europe to bring them on board so that once in a month we get more conversations on this. Very educative and informative conversations. It's not more of I don't know what other word to use, but very educative and very informative. So what I'm doing right now is I've created a WhatsApp group for anyone who wants to be part of this to join the WhatsApp group. And if today, right now, you want to download the BitNob app and start buying vouchers to get your Bitcoins, we've also created a page. So you can go there and make your request. The team will pick it up and send you your, how do you call it, your Bitcoin, your vouchers for you to redeem on the app. So I'm going to type the link here where you can go and make the request. I think it's hello Eva. You can
Hello.
go to helloeva.com and put in your request. The team will pick your request and work on it. Wherever you want to receive your Bitcoin, they will send it to you, mobile money, SMS, or how do you call it? SMS or email. But people are disturbing me with questions, so I can't concentrate. Let me put the WhatsApp off. It's disturbing me, right? So you can
Can
go
I
to
pick one? Finish.
I think
Then I think there are two interesting questions here.
yeah, so I want to finish on the Hello Eva. You can go to Hello Eva, make your request, and you'll get your request. The vouchers will be sent to you after you download the BitNob app. You redeem your vouchers, right? Somebody's asking, Bernard, what's your prediction for Bitcoin this year? I know it's not a financial advice. Yes, it's not a financial advice. It's educating and informational. So do you want to respond to that?
Yes, yes. My prediction for last year was $25,000, and after the day it got to $25,000, I said, okay, now that's all for this year, and then it still didn't stop there. It still went to fly. So for this year, my prediction is by September we're looking at $100,000 at the very
One
least.
Bitcoin, $100,000. That is half
Yeah.
a million in Ghana.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
So it means I
Yes.
have to get at least 10 Bitcoins, right?
That
Awesome,
is
awesome, awesome, awesome. So guys, we are gradually coming to the end. Where do you say we should go? Hello, Eva. The Eva is double V. Hello, Eva. Let me send this to everyone. HelloEva.com. You can go and make your request. And I'll be giving away my $200 worth of Bitcoin very soon, right? So this is how it's going to work. If you want the $200 of worth of Bitcoin, go onto Twitter, follow the company giving out the vouchers over. There is Get Over. Their handle is Get Over. I'm typing it at Get Over. Follow them and get 3 of your friends to also follow them, and the 3 friends should also get 3 friends. Right? Very simple. You
they should
go
follow
to
Bitnow for us.
yes, Bitnob and what's the Bitnob handle? Let me put it there. So do 2 things. Go on the Twitter platform, follow Bitnob, follow Get Over, and yes, refer 3 friends to also follow these platforms, right? And my team will pick the top. Initially, I think I was looking at the top 10 so that I give each like $10, but I'm looking at now maybe five people to see 5 divided by 200. How much is it? 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll pick 5 people and send $40 voucher worth of voucher Bitcoin vouchers into their account. So very simple. You have to follow me too. Come on. Follow me too at Sekovi. At
Kobe,
Sekovi. Yeah.
those who ask questions in the chat, they should drop their phone numbers. I want to give them $5 worth of
Yes, and
voucher.
all those who ask questions, Bernard wants to give $5 worth of Bitcoin right now to you. So
Nerissa asked Bernard, and I think, yeah, you can see them there. They should drop. Okay.
I'll see the questions. I'll know them. I'll send them
Wait
messages.
now. I didn't see
You didn't
this
see
one.
what?
I'm seeing names that I didn't see their questions.
But they are now asking questions, right?
No, they are dropping the phone numbers.
No, don't drop phone numbers. We will go through the chat. We will know you asked questions in the beginning, and then I would send it to your account. But first, you need to download the Bitnob app before you can redeem that Bitcoin that will be sent to you, right? Some of us send direct messages. Yes, I know some of you send direct messages. And
Oh,
right
Charlie.
now, I'm going to share my WhatsApp group that I've created. That is where I can support you more. I'm sharing the WhatsApp group. You can join the WhatsApp group right now. If you have questions and anything, we put it there. And I'll be training more people on how to use Bitnob, how to jump into the Bitcoin ecosystem to also benefit from it, right? I think it's been an exciting conversation. And in the next 1 hour, I'll be selecting the winners. So go on to Twitter, follow Get Over, follow Bitnob, follow Sekobi, invite 10 friends, 3 friends to do the same, right? To do the same. And the top 5, I'm going to select and send you the, how do you call it? The Bitcoin, the over vouchers. So you can redeem on Bitnob. Right, guys, thank you. These conversations will be happening once every month. We did it last month. This month too, we've done it. It's going to be very mega as we move forward. I want to thank you all for patronizing, and also to thank my guest for coming on board. Bernard, thank you very much. I remember way back 2017 when one day I was coming from work and I asked you to cook because I was hungry and it was very late. And you put the Indomie on fire. You were cooking Indomie for me, put it on fire. And the time I go home, the Indomie had bent.
Really?
And yes, you've
Wow.
forgotten. And you were sleeping.
Wow.
Yes.
That means I was coding all night.
Yes. So I hope now you've changed, you've become a better person. You don't bend food.
I do cooking tutorials on my Instagram, so don't worry.
Oh, it's been a nice conversation. Thank you all. Thank you. If you want to join the conversation from here, join my WhatsApp group. I've shared the link. You can join the WhatsApp group. If you have further questions, I'll add Bernard there. Bernard will be asking, will be responding to all those questions, right? Thank you very much. And Bernard, do you have anything else to say?
Um, yeah, so we have a referrals program coming on BidNote very soon. Like it's going to be solid. So try to take advantage of it right now because we're going to lock it. Just try to take advantage of it right now and have as many friends as you can using your referrals code to sign up so that when that time comes, you can just relax and just be making some cool money on the side.
Can you talk a little bit? Referral, you mean that when people invite other people onto BitNob, they can make,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we have something that when you invite people and over time as they're doing some things, you're making some change from it as well, like without doing nothing. So your job
I
is just to
think
invite them and get them on board to
I think
start.
I'll be the biggest referral because for me, one of the best ways I make money online is to do affiliate marketing, which is referring people to other products, right? So
Mhm.
I'm going to refer a lot of people to. Somebody's asking, how can I get BitNob APK for my Huawei phone? I don't understand. If the Huawei phone is Android, I think you're okay. You can get it on
Ah,
Play Store. Oh,
no. How Huawei, they removed
yeah, yeah,
Play
yeah, yeah,
Store,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
they removed Play Store. I think you can add Edward to the group. I think he was talking about something like doing Android, like doing for Huawei. So
I think
I
Edward is
think it's something that
already
you can look
Edward
around.
is here. He can respond to it. Edward, would you want to talk or you do work on it later and I'll get back to one? I think the person who asked the question, I know him, and if you give me the response, I'll send it to him. I think it's Ishmael Champon. I don't know if I pronounce the name right. I know him. I have his WhatsApp contact. And I'll send a response to him. All right. Anything else you want to say? Or we should end here and thank everyone. Were you able to join? We are not able to join from YouTube. I've posted everything here. This is the those on YouTube who are watching right now. This is the WhatsApp link. I've just typed it, and yeah, BitNob is there and everything. So I'm checking the Twitter right now. If you're following, because BitNob currently has a lot of Nigerian followers, so I can be able to segment how many people are from Ghana and how many people are joining within the hour, right? Join within the hour. If you are selected, I'll DM you myself. I'll send a direct message to you on Twitter, and my team will get your BitNob account or send you the vouchers, the over vouchers. So get over BitNob and Sekobi handles on Twitter. Thank you very much and happy Vows Day. Happy Vows Day. Yes, I'm going to create the Telegram group for all of us. I know Bitcoin and Telegram is like match made in heaven. Yeah,
Yep.
it's like egg and pepper. Egg and pepper. I'm in Germany and I want to trade. I don't know. I don't think BitNob is a trading platform, right? Bernard, BitNob is not a trading platform, right?
No, no, it's more of a long Bitcoin savings coin and dollars.
All right. Thank you.
If you want to trade
And
in Germany, you can look at Coinbase or Binance. Binance. Yeah.
so for all those who asked questions, you'll be receiving $5 worth of Bitcoin. But please join the WhatsApp group so that I can know when I pick your number from here, I can locate you here and I'll ask Bernard to send it to your account or send it to your SMS, or he'll give it to me and I'll give it to you. But first, download the app on Play Store or App Store, the BitNob app, before you can redeem the amount you sent. Bernard, what if you get like 20 people who asked questions? Do you have enough money for that?
No,
First
first three.
three. Okay. Smart
But
one.
the person who asks about minus fees, person who asks
Mhm.
about minus fees, and the person who asked about give me a second. Let me see in this question. There's the minus fees. The other guy is Bernard. Uh, so this person also asked about the prediction and also asked about
What's his
Blockify.
name? I think I
So
know them. Let's go
let's
through it.
skin up. Okay, there's Nerissa, there is
Nerissa.
Bernard, there's Kenap.
Nerissa, can you join the WhatsApp group and tell me, just send a message that this is me, Nerissa. And
Somebody
who else?
just somebody
Who else
just
asked?
Nerissa.
Bernard, how many people are you choosing? Who else?
Three, Bernard and Kenap. So Kenap asks about Blockify. Yo, we're gonna have something like Blockify on BidNob next month. So jump early so that you get early access.
Okay, so Nerissa, who else? I think
Yeah, I
Inoke
think
also
those are
asked
the
some
three.
question. How many? Who else? Who and who?
Kenap. Let me type the
Kenap.
names for you. Kenap, Nerissa, and Bernard. Yep.
So Kenab, Nerissa, and Bernard, please send me a message on WhatsApp. Join the WhatsApp group and just put a message in the group. I don't know if I've allowed people to chat. Just let me know you're Nerissa or something like that so that I can get the vouchers for you. But please download BitNob app first before we move to that level. I think some late questions are coming in, but it's too late. We've passed 8. This is just an ice conversation. My network was bad, but please, I don't know if this question has been answered. When will CD payment be added? So the CD payment that has been added is a voucher. You can request for a voucher worth $5, 5 CDs, 10 CDs, 100 CDs, right? You can request for it. The team will get back to you and the voucher will be sent to you. Now, with this voucher, you download the BitNob app and you redeem the voucher. So go to Hello Eva and we buy your vouchers or request for your vouchers. The team will get in touch with you and it will start flying from there. Thank you, Bernard. Thank you, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for having me. Hello, guys. See you in Accra soon. Bye.